Earthquake rattles the Caribbean. This is Undiluted News. Mikey Bones reporting. Two earthquakes rattled several Caribbean islands over the weekend, and this is according to a report from the Seismic Research Center of the St. Augustine campus of the University of the West Indies. However, there were no immediate reports of damage or injuries linked to the tremors. The Earthquake Center said that the latest quake with a magnitude of 4.2 occurred at 9:45 a.m. on Monday at a depth of 10 kilometers, and it was felt 111 southeast of Rosso, the Dominican capital, 131 kilometers southeast of Port-au-Prince in the French island of Guadeloupe, and 142 kilometers northeast of Fort-de-France in Martinique. The second tremor with a magnitude of 4.5 occurred on Sunday evening at 9:22 p.m. at a depth of 62 kilometers. The quake was felt 105 kilometers northeast of Port of Spain in Trinidad, 109 kilometers southwest of St. George's in Grenada, and 121 kilometers northeast in Venezuela. The police are urging business operators and members of the public to be more alert when transporting large sums of cash from financial institutions. And the warning has come from Assistant Commissioner Calvin Allen, who is head of the Area 2 Police Headquarters, after thieves broke into the vehicle of a contractor in St. Anne over the weekend and stole over $1 million. The cash was left unattended on the passenger seat of the vehicle, and that sounds very inviting. And as school administrators scramble to fill teacher vacancies, principal of William Knibb Memorial High School in Trelawney, Linvern Wright, said it appears the pool of available teachers in the education system has dried up. Mr. Wright said he had moved to alternative arrangements announced by the Ministry of Education, including the employment of retired educators for one of the 14 positions opened at his institution. The principal reiterated that the migration of teachers is largely due to economic factors, adding that the employment of recent graduates from teachers' colleges is also being affected by the same issue. Mr. Wright suggested that teachers are aspiring to comfortable own a home and a car, hence the reason many are choosing to leave the country. Mr. Wright's insistence that there is a shortage of teachers followed the Ministry of Education assurance that there were more teachers available for the positions. A snap raid conducted by members of the Westmoreland Proactive Investigation Unit led to the seizure of a Taurus 9mm pistol and 2 rounds of ammunition in Devlan in Little London in the parish on Sunday afternoon. Reports are that about 1:30 p.m. the police were in the area when they raided the premises and seized the illegal firearm and rounds of ammunition. 2 people were arrested in connection with the seizure, and investigations continues. The Portland police have charged a 15-year-old boy for the murder of a man in the parish on Friday. The teenager has been charged for the murder of 26-year-old Meshat Hill, a construction worker of Spring Bank Road in Portland. Investigators reported that the teenager and Mr. Hill were involved in a dispute in the community of Spring Bank, and it's alleged that the boy used a knife to stab Mr. Hill, who later died at hospital. And it was a case of murder and immediate jungle justice in Westmoreland yesterday morning after a businesswoman was gunned down and her alleged killers were subsequently attacked by machete-wielding residents in a bizarre turn of event. The deceased has been identified as 39-year-old Lativa Helps, also known as Lati, from the community. Reports indicate that Helps, who owned and operated Lati's Sports Bar and Restaurant, arrived at her establishment shortly after 8 a.m. in the morning when she was confronted by gunmen on a motorcycle. The men allegedly asked her to identify herself. She reportedly attempted to run off but was pursued by one of the men who shot her multiple times in the upper body. And as the men tried to escape, they were struck by a bus whose driver had witnessed the incident. Just run right into them. The gunmen reportedly ran into nearby bushes and were chased by scores of angry residents who police said chopped one of them multiple times. He later died of his injuries, and the other one is said to be in hospital in a critical condition. A video which has now gone viral on social media shows angry residents with machetes arguing with the police and military to free the injured man so they can complete their jungle justice. A 25-year-old daughter of a 61-year-old woman has been taken into custody after the mother was stabbed to death at her home in Bryant's Peace in Clarendon on Sunday afternoon. The daughter was detained after she went to the police station and reported that she had killed her mother, who lawmen have identified as Mary Abbott, the police said. Reports are that about 2:30 p.m., the mother and daughter were both at home when a dispute developed between them. Police said during the dispute a knife was used to stab Miss Abbott several times over her body. The daughter, the police said, then went to the Frankfield police station where she reportedly informed cops of what transpired. The police went to the scene and on their arrival, the lifeless body of Miss Abbott was seen lying on its back in a pink blouse, a brown skirt, and barefooted. The body had what appeared to be multiple stab wounds to the upper body. And this is a case of a daughter killing a mother, killing the person who brought her into this world. Well, she gonna have to live with that sin for the rest of her life. An elderly woman is dead and a policeman injured after a service vehicle reportedly on a high-speed chase lost control and overturned at Belle Road in Grange Hill, Westmoreland on Saturday afternoon. And it is said that the police were chasing a motorcycle when the vehicle lost control and hit the woman who was walking along the road. The now deceased was rushed to hospital where she was pronounced dead and the policeman hospitalized. On to sports, Xavier Gilbert, assistant coach of Jamaica's senior women's football team, said with the Reggae Girls' rise in the world ranking, he believed more doors will be open to international assignments against top-level opposition. The Reggae Girls entered the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup, which was hosted in Australia and New Zealand, ranked 43rd in the world. And following their miraculous run to the round of 16 stage at the global showpiece, they now climb to 37 in the latest FIFA rankings. Meanwhile, president of the Intersecondary School Sports Association, ISA, Keith Wellington, said his organization is deeply concerned with the level of indiscipline on and off the field in the last season's schoolboy football competition, prompting his association to take a hard line against this behavior this year. The data provided by ISA from last year has shown that there were 49 red and 487 yellow cards issued during the Manning Cup from 211 games. For the Augusta Cup competition, there were 59 red cards and 705 yellow cards in 433 games. One glaring example of the raging indiscipline occurred in a Manning Cup match between Camperdown High and Papine High last season when 5 players were shown straight red cards after a major bust-up between rival players. Of the 5, 3 players were sent off for Camperdown while 2 were ejected from Papine. However, for me, the main thing that they need to cut out is schools buying players and turning their teams into clubs. Most of the teams winning Manning Cup and Augusta Cup these days are not school teams anymore, they are really clubs. And that is what I want ISA to cut down on. And if you ever miss the news on this radio station, please go to YouTube, type in Jamaican Undiluted News, listen, like, share, and subscribe to keep it going. That's news and sports on your favorite radio station. My name is Mikey Bones. I gone.